Hello everyone and welcome to Race Space. Tonight we are doing our Europe round of the Rally Fighters series. I think this is 7 races in now. We're quite far into the series. We're starting to get to these British tracks. Joining me on the stream tonight, as per the usual, is Ratek. How's it going, man?
Good evening. Yeah, all going well, mate.
So, for anyone that is just watching for the first time, the way this works is that we run 2 streams, basically running the same races at the same time. One is just from my perspective, and one is from Ratek's perspective, because we are both racing in this series. So, just to allow people to see the trackside view, we have 2 streams running, because Ratek will always be commentating when I'm racing, and I will be commentating when he's racing, and then we'll be commentating together when none of us are racing, because sometimes we're too useless to get into the final. Anyways, yeah, so let's get this racing underway. We're here at Brands Hatch, not the easiest of tracks, is it, Ratek?
I would say this is the hardest track of the calendar so far.
Definitely would agree with you. Definitely the hardest on people's cars. You hit a tire barrier here, and that's tickets for you. You out the race.
You're basically nursing the car around, just trying to get it home, aren't you, to score any sort of points then?
Exactly. Usually, I think it's an immediate 20 or 30 damage for hitting one of those things on your engine. And then basically once you get to that, your engine in these cars is just going to get worse much faster than it should.
But it's also got one of the nicest corners where you'll see everybody kicking up smoke, I reckon.
Yeah, from their crash.
No. I think as you're going up the hill,
I know which one you're talking about. This is my favorite corner on the track in any class.
Yeah.
But
definitely,
yeah, it'll be a good one to see. Okay, so we need Jacques, Ryan. So that's Jacques racing, Berries, and Ratek, you racing in this one. So everyone is here and we are ready to go. So Mark jumping straight into, or Ratek jumping straight into the races tonight. So good luck, and may the odds be in your favor.
Yeah. The boys are keen to go there, so...
Yeah, good luck to you, good luck to everyone in this race, and try not to blow up your car.
Yeah, it's not as if I haven't got tough competition to be thrown in for the first race.
So you can see the track there as we load in. It's probably a bit bigger, I guess, than some of the tracks. It's got a bit of distance for a rallycross track, and it's the Joker lap I find on this track is a bit easier of a turn to take than the standard lap here. The standard lap is very thin, and it's very difficult for more than one car to fit through there at a time. So that will be a place where I think we see a couple accidents tonight. Also, the drivers need to watch out for that Joker merge. It's not the easiest of merges, but it should be a good race. So the cars are lined up now. We got Ratek there behind Berries on the start. Great start from Jacques, not very good start from Berries. Jacques though, jump start. So Berries actually winning now. Too quick off the line, Jacques. Berries in the tires, so that's serious damage he would have picked up from that. So Mark, I think also, or Ratek just picked up a tire or two there, so he might also be carrying some damage there. Not what they would have wanted on their start here, but Ratek might be in a bit better shape than Berries at the moment. So can he just manage to find his way past? Both of these guys seem to be taking the Joker here. So that's a strange move. I would have maybe opted for a different line there just to try and give myself some space. But sometimes it's very tricky in rallycross to make a last minute call like that if you've committed to a joker. Remember, this is all about your time. It's not necessarily about where you place in your specific race. So this, with the damage they've picked up, is probably not going to be the fastest of races tonight. But that being said, if Berries wins, like I was saying, he won't necessarily be the fastest of qualifying one, because all the times come together from all the tracks all the qualifying sessions, and it's total time, not lap time. So that initial damage that they picked up is definitely going to hurt them. Full send here. This is the turn that I'm sure Atek was talking about earlier. Very difficult turn, this one, but both drivers getting it done very well there. So final lap now for these two guys. Barry's still holding on to that lead. So Barry's doing a good job here to just hold on after all that damage he's picked up. I'm sure it's not very easy to drive at the moment. You just see Ratek clipping the tires in the background. It's a pretty great drive after the mistake at that first turn, and hopefully the two of these guys do well.
Tough one, although with Jack disconnecting, just give us that little bit more room.
Yeah, I think the only thing there that was not what you guys would have wanted is that first turn with all the tires. But obviously everyone's going to be getting used to those still. So I'm sure the first couple of races we see here tonight is going to be people clipping those.
Yeah, definitely. That first turn is it's difficult to judge the braking, I find, for that one.
It's very difficult, and sometimes you think that it doesn't always feel the same every lap. I find is you think that you can drift it from a certain point, but then your car overshoots. But once you're in the drift, you can't really adjust. So you just end up in those tires. Okay, so we need Kento, Carlo, and myself. So Mark tagging me in. He will be commentating now.
Yeah. You can have a clean
Kento, Carlo, so everyone is here. So we got a lot of 3-car races tonight. It's probably one of our smallest sign-ups for an event so far. I think usually we're about 11 or 12. I think this go around we're 10. So it's a little bit unfortunate, I guess, numbers-wise for challenging for the semi, if you're a spectator. But as a driver, it kind of frees up the track a little bit for most of the guys. So it should just be that much easier. He says just before he nails the barriers. Anyways, I'll leave you with Mark or Ratek.
Right.
I am jumping in the car. Good luck to everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of guys first run around here in race mode. A lot of people practice just on their own, so it's going to be interesting I know it feels totally different if you're testing on your own to when you go into a race. It's a difficult track for this one. Really does throw up some different race results. So you can see Matsushi Kento on the front row. Carl just dropping in behind. Downloading the setups now and hopefully get round turn one nice and clean. Right, we're underway. So Kento getting a good launch off there. Matsushi keeping it tight to the inside. Carl, I can see him just going out wider in the background. Everyone's round clean. Matsushi just takes a couple of tyres which are rolling back into the racing line. Nudged another couple of tyres. I do think that DS is quite strong. Can take an impact. But meanwhile, Carl gets up the inside of him. And Matsushi and Kento just dropping a little bit behind Kyle now. Kyle gone into the normal lap. And I can hear someone, Kento and Matsushi both done the Joker. So there's a bit of a gap between them now. So get back to Kyle. Keeping it nice and steady. Dropping down the hill. This is where the section where there's got a few tyres scattered around. You can see the damage that it's already created to Kyle's car on the windscreen and the front bumper. Seems to be handling okay still, so you can just carry on and keep it clean. Kento running a little bit wide into the walls there. His car doesn't seem to have picked up too much damage from anywhere. This is a very tight section dropping down that hill, but keeps it smooth. Runs out wide a little bit. You can hear him, Matsushi, he's just dropping down that same section. Back to the front where Kyle is. Keeping it nice and tidy, controlled. Got about 4 seconds back to Kento. I'm not too sure how long the Joker takes on this track just yet. You do have to run out quite a little bit further. Yeah, Kyle braking nice and controlled down the hill section. That's all he needs to keep on doing to see Kento coming down that section now. He's run out wide, taking off his front bumper, and there's a couple of tyres onto the track there. Matsushi's just coming down the hill section. He's hopefully gonna, yeah, he just clears them tyres and the bumper. So it's, I think Matsushi's struggling to keep the car under control now of a bit of damage. Back to Kyle at the front, seems to be nice and controlled here. He's got to go for his Joker on this one. This is a tricky Joker as well, but nicely done. Drops it down nicely sideways onto the track. Chooses to hit the bumper, which is a lot softer than them tyres. Good ball. A&I coming over and taking a race win. Kento not too far behind. And Matsushi, I think he's got terminal damage. He's out somewhere up there just before the Joker kind of exit. So I think he's suffered a lot of damage there. Unfortunately puts him out of the race.
I think that's unfortunate. I think we're going to see a bit more of that in this race before the end. It's definitely more of an endurance race in a way than a sprint race. I kind of opted to be a bit safer, so I probably wasn't setting the fastest of times.
To be fair, looking at quicker lap time there, mate. I don't know about overall time, but lap time is quicker. Fair play to you. Keep that cautious approach has done you well.
For once. That's it for tonight.
I was going to say, the full send approach needs to come out at some point of the night. I know it does with you. It always does. It's,
hey, I was giving it a full send around that corner we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's the only way to get right now, isn't it?
Okay, so that means we're on to our third race of qualifying one. So anyone that doesn't know rallycross, there is 4 rounds of qualifying. Tonight is just qualifying, so we'll be doing all 4 rounds. And it depends how many drivers there are to how many races are in a round, but for us there's 3 rounds in each qualifying for this race at Brands Hatch. We have actually had a lot of people sign up. I think it was in season 2, and that actually took us up. Some of our events we were doing like 4 to 5 races per round. It was quite busy,
hectic.
that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna jump into my streaming seat there. We got to get Kenny, Alessandro, Dusty, and Mark. You got Kenny, Alessandro, Dusty, and Mark. So they are all ready, and we're ready to go. Let's wish them luck. So Ali was a bit of a late sign up for this one. We didn't know if he was going to join or not, but he's taken on BT's place for this round. BT unable to make it tonight for some reason, and that just allows Ali to sort of take over what races should have been BT's tonight. So it kind of worked itself out.
Know that Kenny is racing with an injury tonight as well.
Oh yeah, almost forgot about his injury. He'll still probably, I mean, half as fast. He'll still be faster than me.
I was wondering about that. I thought one-handed, I bet he could still overtake me somewhere on track.
But yeah, so he has a bit of a hand or a wrist injury, I believe, and let's see how that affects him tonight. He does have quite a significant lead, though, in this championship. So I think just by competing, I mean, he'll definitely make it into the semis, because there's only 10 of us, so he's in the points as long as he competes.
Good launch by Ali there.
Very good. He was getting good launches at Hell as well, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So very quick reflexes off the line. I can just see one car went very wide there, so might have taken some tires with him. Kenny, yeah, he's picked up some damage. He probably hit the tire face on. I guess we'll see when we come back around if there's tires lying around. Just going very wide there, Mark. That's quite difficult to get around the tires when you run that wide around that corner. Dusty takes standard. It looks like Ali there took his joker. Mark stuck in the standard lap. We can just see he's stuck on the tires. Where is Kenny now? Kenny took his joker. No, Kenny has crashed. But that's the last turn just before you go over the line. So big damage now for Kenny. He will be suffering, especially with his injury. Ali and Dusty are the last two guys here to sort of be competing in this race. I reckon the other guys' times will be quite badly affected by those. So Ali taking the joker lap, Dusty yet to take his joker, but we know he's fast. He holds the record time at this track in the world for PS4, and let's see him in action in that Honda.
Out there in front, that's where he wants to be, isn't it, with a clear track. And
ooh, he takes some tires as well. To be fair, it's very difficult. I was doing similar things in my bit of practice I was running earlier. Is sometimes your car goes a bit too sideways there and you can't straighten it up in time to avoid those tires on the inside. Ali's picked up some damage somewhere as well. He's lost a bumper. So as we can see, this track is not easy. Even the best of us are struggling tonight. Ooh, hitting those tires. I wouldn't hit them in the middle of the track. I avoided some that were sitting in the middle of the track earlier. I'm scared of those tires.
They must be filled with concrete or something.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a tire. It looks like a tire. It's not a tire.
I think Ali must have made a bit of a mistake because Kenny seems to have caught up a
So
little bit with
Dusty
him.
will have taken his Joker now. This is the final lap. Dusty into the Joker lap, and he does a pretty good one there. There's tyres somewhere in the track unless they've been knocked out the way. It looks like they've been knocked out the way, so luckily for him... Ooh, he just clipped one that was maybe lying in the middle there. So all of these guys picking up quite a bit of damage along the way. Dusty doing a good job though to avoid any serious... That bump that he had on those tyres didn't look like it affected him too much. And that is almost a record for the most damaged I've seen a Citroen. It's not often that they lose their front bumper, those Citroens.
They do seem to be quite strong, don't they? And
I found that and the VW in this game, they don't damage their bumpers very easily. Okay, so that is the result there. Wow, we can see Dusty in the 40s there, just showing everybody what he's made of.
It's an impressive time.
That is very impressive.
Well, I think he was on the back row at the start as well.
And he clipped the tires there, so it'll be very interesting to see how that affected his total time, and where he places there. Because if that was with a mistake, imagine if he doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on to qualifying 2 now. Kento, myself, and Mark are in this one. Not Ratek Mark, the other Mark. So so Kento's here, Mark's here. So it's just Dusty's got to go because he will be back in the 3rd race. And I'm in. Oh yeah, this is because of my terrible performance at Hell. Okay, so let's get this going. I'll leave you in Ratek's hands for this one.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, to qualifying 2 race 1 already, and see how these guys fare. I mean, Mark's just been out there and picked up a lot of damage, but hopefully a second run in there will just give him a better feeling in the car. Kento didn't do too bad in his first run. His car didn't seem to have too much damage by the end of it. And Kyle, of course, having a good run in his first qualifying. Yeah, these guys get on. Oh, it's a better start position for K9 there. He's got Kento up the inside of him. I think Kento had a good launch in qualifying 1. And Mark just settling in on the 2nd row. The race is underway. Kento's just got his nose in front. You can see the power of that Honda just pulling up the hill compared to the Mini. Good turn there. Yeah, everyone's clean through there. Clean through the second chicane there, coming up the hill. Keep your eyes for a pulse end moment, everyone. Quite reserved. Not too much smoke off everyone there. Kento seems to be edging away a little bit. Oh, he just got in there, clipped that inside bank. You see that? Just unsettled the car. So K9 going standard lap and pulling out into the front now. He's pulled a big gap already. Kento in 2nd, so he has regrouped after his mistake through the Joker. And Mark not too far off the back of him, but he hasn't jokered yet. That's not what it's coming up on my screen. Just checking K9, he's giving it the Scandinavian flick. They're going into the I'm gonna call it a hilltop. I think it's called hilltop. See them on that dirt section. It's very bumpy down that section, but he's decided to go for his Joker now, get that out of the way. So it's probably a good move Mark's up into second. Kento must have made another slight mistake. So Mark's coming in down the standard lap. Keeping it. Oh, it just runs wide into that tyre barrier, and that is a very hard tyre barrier because it's got Armco right behind it that sticks out. So that's he's picked up a lot of damage there. Oh, and Kento's made another mistake going up the hill, so that allows Mark back through. Meanwhile, up in the front, Kyle now, K9, he's pulled out over a 10-second lead. Runs it right out to the curb. All he needs to do is keep this one under control. And as I say that, commentates curse. He's just doing a 360. Still got plenty of time. The other boys are... Well, Mark's just coming round into that section now. He's got his Joker to do, so he's gone for his Joker this time and made a mistake going into there. Maybe with that damage is just not, the car isn't performing where he wants to go. Oh no, he's still got 9-second lead on the other guys. Because we have a bit of damage now, it's going to be harder for the car to turn, get the power down. Team Mark and Kento must be pretty close together on track. Yeah, they are. Both suffering with extreme damage. Kento can't even keep it onto the tarmac there. You can't even put the power down. You can hear his engine just kind of like feathering the throttle. Mark seems to be holding it all together. Check on Kyle, he's just coming up to the last section, so it runs out, touches the wall, but gives it a full send over the line. He must be happy with that one. Mark and Kento.
Not really happy with it. I had damage from the Joker of the first lap because Kento, he last minute sent it into the Joker, so I last minute took the standard, and you must have missed it on your stream because I hit those inside tires, and
right.
I had huge steering damage from the first lap already. That's what caused me to spin down the straight on the dirt.
Just after I said it seemed to be, I was pointing out the bumpy section.
I heard you say about the Scandinavian flick. That was just my car when I let go of the wheel. The car was just permanently moving to the side like that. It was horrific. Luckily, no engine damage though. It was just the steering.
Yeah, it was a tough run, especially for the other two guys. They
I can imagine because I had a horrific run, so for them it must have been bad. But it just shows this track. If it just catches you out, you're done. It was just I was lining up for that Joker, and just that having to change my mind last minute. I didn't have enough time to brake for that normal lap.
Doesn't brake so well on the dirt section, does it?
No. So we're going on to the second race now of Q2. So we need Mark, you're in, Alessandro and Carlo. So you got the two Matsutsi brothers here. So good luck to these guys. I think Kento's got to go. Mark, Alessandro, and Carlo. Awesome. I think you guys are all here. So hopefully it goes better for you guys than it did for us. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
So just loading in now. We can see that map once again. Very difficult track, this one. Lots of walls, lots of tires. Tires that are worse than walls. So the cars are lining up on the grid now. We can see that Ratek is sitting on the pole there. He has that inside line. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's a bonus on this track. Sometimes I think that outside might be easier to swing it around that first corner. This sometimes causes you to overshoot the corner a bit and hit those tires, so he's got to be careful going in there. Very good start again from Alessandro, just coming around the outside of his brother Matsutsi there. They just clipped the tires with the backs of their cars, but doesn't look like serious damage, so very good through that section by Ratek. Alessandro doing a great job to follow him through there. So this is looking like a fast run for these two. Matsutsi in the background just falls back. He's probably had a bit of contact with tires there. Standard lap for Ratek, and Alessandro goes through on the Joker. Seems to have slowed down a bit. He might have hit a wall, so plenty space here for Ratek now. If he can just put in some very quick laps now, this is the kind of race he wants. Matsutsi retired, so his car must have been undrivable. I think that's 2 races in a row now Matsutsi struggled to get that car over the line. So not the best of days for Matsutsi. But Mark out in front doing a great job here. British car on a British track with a British driver. Ticks all the boxes here. So as long as he just keeps his momentum going and he doesn't make any silly mistakes, he's looking like he's going to take the win. Alessandro just struggling a little bit maybe with the handling on his car there. He's picked up some damage. Full send by Ratek into the dirt section there. And he's going to take his Joker lap now. Very nicely done. So 1 more lap to go here. He gives us a smoke show around this corner. Full send once again onto the dirt. Very tricky standard lap here, but he does it with ease. Just hits a tire on the way out though, just a little bit wide. And over the line he goes with minimal damage. So great job from Ratek there. Alessandro doing his best to keep up there with a bit of damage he's picked up and not doing too badly either. So great run from those guys. It was looking much faster for Ratek than it was in our session.
Well, even without Casa Ranger, it's still a tricky track.
Very tricky. Once you pick up the damage, it becomes almost impossible. We could see Matsutsi retired in that one. Not sure if he had terminal damage again, maybe, or maybe the car was just undrivable. But very difficult here, as we've seen with all the drivers. Most guys picking up damage at some point so far. But now we go.
Matsutsi, he's at other rounds he's been one of the good contenders, hasn't he? And just seems to be struggling on this track at the moment.
I think Matsutsi is another. He drives very similarly to myself. Actually, he sends it generally, and you can't really do it on this track. There's not a lot of opportunity to do it. When I looked through the footage from hell, is we were doing full backwards sends into that one corner. But yeah, he's quite good at giving it a full send, and maybe that's just letting him down here. But Dusty Berries, Jacques, and Kenny for the next one.
Need to swap me onto.
Okay, we got Jacques. We're just missing Berries here. So Berries was the winner at Hell. That was his second ever win in Rally Fighters. So this season he's managed to do what he couldn't do for 2 seasons before that, I think. So been a pretty
He's
good
having a good
season.
run, isn't he?
Yeah, a pretty good
Yeah.
season for him. He must be enjoying that car. Just hoping that he knows it is time.
Just jump in.
But yeah, this track, very difficult track to do with damage. That was what was happening with my race. Is I just found once my car just wanted to turn all the time. I mean, you can't go in a straight line when it's like that. And this track has got a couple straight lines.
Spoke to Berries. He's just having trouble joining into the lobby at the moment. He's just
Okay.
he's resetting internet. So he said just bear with him for a couple of minutes.
Cool. Would you wait a bit? So, let's have a look here at the standings. This isn't including what's going on here. This is the qualifying, and the points will be calculated later. But in the standings so far, Kenny is leading the championship with 156 points in that Ford Focus of his. Next closest in another Ford Focus is Jacques Racing with 136 points. So pretty good job from the two of those guys. Berries with 109. So I think had a bit of a tough go in some of the races so far, but he's managed to do a great job to get a few wins and get himself up high on the points chart here. Mark or Ratek, you're in 4th. Can you believe it?
I know, yeah.
The 107 points. You've got to the triple digits there.
Yeah, I'll hold my breath to the end of the season.
You the baccarat to my Doran. I'll put on the show, but I'll come last. But then we got T. Care Bear in 5th. And remember, he's missed a couple of races now. So he was doing very well because he had 101 points. And that was maybe 2 races ago.
Yeah, he's had a good score, didn't he, at the start of the season? But,
yeah. And then we got Dusty, who missed quite a few races. He's up into 6th place with 96 points. So that is impressive. I mean, he must have missed 2 or 3 races at the start of the season. He still hasn't quite managed to get a win yet, but I'm sure that's going to come soon.
He's looking strong for this round.
Yeah. Then in 7th place is myself, K9, and I'm sitting on 84. I think that pretty much sums up how my season's been going.
It's still a decent points haul there.
We got Kento is with 63 points in 8th place, so good job from him. It is his first season with us. Very good going. Matsutzi's also missed a few rounds. I think he missed the final at one stage as well that he was supposed to race in. So he's with 56 points at the moment. Marius, who hasn't been with us for a while, is in 10th, 49 points. So pity that he left when he did, because I reckon that he would definitely be competing with the from about 6th to 10th at least. He would be having a good battle. Could even be coming I would say sixth or seventh if he had stayed in. He wasn't doing too badly at all. Uh, Mark in 40 or with 46 points in 11th place. Also, his first season, he's on a controller and he's missed all the semis that he's made, remember? So he hasn't been getting points there. So not bad at all from him.
Yeah.
We've got Artem in 12th. Our crazy Russian in the pink Ford. Not sure what happened to him. He's also disappeared with 31 points. Uh, BT in the third mini, 50, number 53 mini. He's got 25 points. He's in 13th place. And then Ali Mats, he is in 14th with 14 points. How is that? 14 points for 14th place. It's like he planned it. And yeah, we got a couple more drivers after that. We got 15th as Rainmeister, who took part at Lohek. Matt Morris in 16th. He took part in Dirtfish, I believe. I think that was his only round. And TTV, who took part in Dirtfish, is in 17th. I wonder what's happening Barry's side there. We're just waiting to see what's going on with him, but we're going to have to start soon, unfortunately. Will be a shame if he misses it, but
he's still struggling at the moment. He says it's not connecting to the actual servers, PlayStation servers.
well, I think we're probably going to have to go if he's given it a few restarts. So unfortunately, I think we have to continue. Did he sound like he was any closer to joining? So if you've just joined us, we're just waiting on a driver to hear what's happening.
Yeah, 30 milliseconds. He said he's trying one more thing, and then be happy to either be in or let us go racing.
So we're just hoping that our last driver will join us for this race. There's always got to be technical issues with this online racing. We haven't quite got to that perfect technology yet that never fails us. Alright guys, I don't think we can wait that much longer. I think it's time, guys. Okay, no word at the moment, so I think we have to begin. So, Ratik, I don't know if you can hear me. Let's get this underway. How did it sound his side?
He's still technical problems at the moment. He's reloaded the game. But,
I think
one final check, Kyle. One final check. Just accept an invite. Kyle, see if this works. Hasn't worked, Kyle. So
Okay, so we're heading out onto the track, one driver down. Hopefully he can get it sorted before his next race. Remember, a couple guys with blown engines are not finishing the race, so he could still be in the running here for a decent position if he can make it into another 2 rounds.
I was going to say, if any situation like that happens, this track would probably your least damage that it could do to you, isn't it? Really, with the
Definitely.
the damage that everyone can pick up. It's just a.
We've already
seen
terminal damage and retirement, so it's very likely it's going to happen again. I mean, it can be the fastest driver very easily. If they're pushing too hard, they just take one of those tire barriers, and that could finish a race just about.
I think this is going to be quite an interesting race, this one.
It's a very strong lineup here. We've got Dusty on the inside though. Great start from him. He holds that inside line. Shark around the outside, not too wide either, so very good from these guys to keep it clean through that section. And no mistakes being made as of yet. So we got Kenny in the background there. He's currently leading this championship. Jacques in second place in the star-covered Ford Focus. Looks like a standard lap from everybody. Nobody taking their joker yet, so nobody feeling like they've been held up at any point here.
Dusty just pulling away a little bit already, isn't he?
I can see that. Ooh, just hits something wrong there and manages to save it though, so good job from him. It is a very bumpy track, this one. It's not very forgiving. Ooh, Shark just taking a different kind of joker lap there, maybe.
I think I did hear the engine revs drop, so I think he back carried. He's gone through the joker.
He does
now.
take the joker though, so he is now the only person to have jokered so far in this race. Kenny looking like he might, well, remember he's got the injury, but not going his fastest, I don't think. I think he's definitely just trying to get around this track.
I think he's here just to pick up points tonight, isn't he? He's taking a cautious approach. He's doing well at the moment, one-handed.
It is paying off. It just shows that sometimes slow and steady can almost win a race.
Check on Dusty.
Dusty just pulling away though. It's, you can see he's put in the practice here. He knows what he's doing. That Honda also a very solid car in this game. I haven't used it yet in the series. I know you've used it.
Yeah.
But everyone that uses it seems to have a slight advantage.
It's a Honda. It doesn't shake itself to bits, does it? It's built well. They're renowned for engines being strong and being built well. Like,
I might have to use it next season. We do. I need any advantage I can get.
Dusty taking the win there. He's
great win from Dusty there. Kenny now is crossed the line in second place, so great run from him. Shark just picking up damage along the way, so
giving it a 360 before the line, doesn't it? There.
I don't know if he crossed the line. He might have not crossed yet, so that could hurt his time quite significantly if he hadn't crossed the line. Which might allow guys that had trouble in some of the other races to do a bit better. So, got to be careful with fancy tricks in rallycross.
Dusty's time there, overall time, and even Kenny's
He's
as well.
in the
They're solid.
40s. He's just
Yeah.
blitzing the competition here. He's definitely looking strong.
You know, he hasn't had the best of luck when it comes to semi-finals and finals, has it?
To finals, he's had a real unlucky go of it. We got Mark E racing in this one with other Mark and Ali. So we got all our drivers in and they are ready to go. So best luck to all of you guys. Oh, I can't start until I'm a director. Silly me. Okay, good luck.
Are you sure? Hang on. Let me just check the car. Are we
Yeah,
on to
you swapped around qualifying 3, race 1. You
yes,
swapped
yep,
with
got you
Kento.
now. Yeah,
So,
got you now. Sorry about that. My mistake.
no worries. So we got our 3 drivers. Good luck to all of you.
Cheers on.
So we remember that Radtech did a great job in his last race he did. So can he continue with those kind of laps? Ali has been getting fantastic starts off the line, so it might be quite difficult to get ahead off the first turn. So it seems Ryan or Berries has fixed his problems he was having, so he should be in his next race if everything goes well. And they're off. Mark with a great start there on the outside. Way too wide from Ali and Mark as well, so they go straight into the tires. Not what you want on your first turn. This just allows Ratic now to pull away and gives him a little bit of breathing room. If he just continues to not make mistakes, he's going to pull away here. So very fast down that straight from Ali. Ali goes standard. Mark seems to have gone in the Joker lap there, and he does. So first person to Joker in this race was Mark. Ali full sending it there. Very brave of him. I don't know if it's the best of tactics, but definitely looks good on camera. So Mark just doing a great job here to keep the car under control. Plenty space between him and the next car, so when is he going to take his Joker? Is he going to take it soon, or is he going to leave it for that last lap? Ooh, just runs it a bit wide out of that corner, so that just allows Ali to gain a little bit of time that he had lost earlier. So luckily he hasn't picked up any damage, so his car will still be drivable, which is really what you want in these qualifying rounds. You need to be able to finish the race before you can set the time. So he has saved his Joker for the final lap, so we will be seeing him take his Joker this next go around. full send into the dirt. And we can just see him going left there for his joker. One more section to go here through some corners. And no contact, and he is over that line in first place. Ali coming out of the standard lap next to the joker. He goes into this final section. He looks like his car might have seen better days, but he goes sideways over the line. Mark a little bit further back also picked up some serious damage, so he is struggling here, but good news from Mark though is he will be able to race with us in the finals on Wednesday, or semi-finals, so he will be racing in his first semi. Let's hope he does well, and maybe we might see him in his first final. It's a great job from those guys. Great job from Mark or Ratek there to just hold on right till the end.
Yeah, another clean run. Don't know whether I'm being as fast as I can because I'm not being pushed, but I'd rather keep it cautious on this at the moment.
It's much better with guys making mistakes like they are. You can pick up a couple positions just by keeping it on the track. So we go into our next race now, is race 2, qualifying 3. We got Carlo, myself, and Kento. So Kento is here, we got Carlo, which is Matsutsi, and we have me. I am here, believe it or not. So Ratek will be commentating this one, and I will be driving. So good luck to everybody else that is driving, and good luck to the commentary.
Good luck to you all. Hopefully Matsutsik can have a good run. I think he's had 2 DNFs on his previous run, so hopefully he's probably been off, done a little bit of practice, and probably made a lot of setup changes really.
I'm sure that he will be looking to get a position here.
Yeah. Be looking to lay down a strong time. It's this track is, as I say, it is the hardest one that we've done to date. Very tight sections.
We'll get back to you guys after Knockhill.
Yeah, we know that's another strong one. It's tricky and very rough. But Matsushi there got the inside. Kento next to him. Kyle, K9 just on the second row. Hopefully, first couple of turns are going to be clean for everyone. Get some good racing. As we noticed tonight, it hasn't been so close type of racing, but it's been a battle of survival, I think, at the moment. About underway. The lights go green, they're off. Kento there, good start, pulling away. As I say, that Honda's strong off the start line. Kyle decided to go wide. Matsushi just on the inside. Strict here. Going up the bank. Kento still leading. Matsushi. Pardon me. Had to take 2 attempts at that corner, Matsushi, which is interesting. I don't know whether he's major contact there, and it's blocking Kyle's way. Kento had gone for his joker. They must have had a clean joker there. Matsushi just contacting that wall and then spinning him right round. So Kento looking strong at the moment. Completed his joker. He has picked up a bit of damage. His bumper's missing. The Honda still looks strong there. Kyle not too far behind him. Can still set some great times. Still probably reel Kento in. The car's looking like it had a lot of impact, and doesn't seem to be driving too bad, or he's working very hard to try and keep that under control. I feel it fishtailing down that straight a bit. So yeah, he's picked up. Oh, massive contact there again from Matsuzi. Back out on Kento. He's still holding position. He runs a little bit wide, picks up a couple of tyres. All he needs to do is keep it cool. K9 has gone for his Joker. He's completed that. Coming down the section now. There's a couple of tyres scattered around somewhere there, but nice clean run through. Nice drift. Looks very controlled. Carl does. K9 does time. Kento dropping down the hill. He's definitely looking strong for this one. Kento is keeping it nice and controlled through the different sections where it needs to be. It's a little bit wide, but he cleared them tyres out the way on the last run, so that's his favoured line through there. Kyle's just dropping down into that section now. Coming through, he's gonna obviously got a little bit of damage from the unavoidable contact with Matsuzi, but didn't look too unstable, the car. Chap out with Kento, he stretches his legs on this one. Kento has, fair play to him, he's coming through over the line now. He gives it a full send over the line, he's happy with that one. Kyle coming around, obviously picked up a little damage and stuff, but he'll be happy with semi-decent run there. Matsuzi,
great run from Kento there.
Yeah, he looks strong. He's been watching Dusty, I reckon. Matsuzi's still struggling at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that firsthand going into the standard lap. I thought he was going Joker, then he changed his mind, I think, and blocked the standard.
Yeah, good run there from Kento. He's obviously been doing some practice in between qualifying rounds.
Yeah, and once he got out of that Joker and he was in the clear, there was no pressure. There was a big hold up there in the standard, and he didn't have anyone breathing down his neck, so he could just knock out the good laps, and that's what he did. So great job from him. Okay, we're going on to the third race of qualifying 3. So we got Dusty, Berries, Jacques and Kenny. So same as the last time, but this time Berries is actually able to join. Okay, so we've got Jacques, Berries, Kenny and Dusty, and that is everyone. Dusty is just in the wrong car there. Unless he wants to give the mini a might not be quite as fast.
Let's just I'll just jump in and see if he gives me.
Unless it's a mini body with a Honda engine.
All looking good now.
Yeah. Maybe it was a Mini with a Honda engine.
He changed the body shape, did he?
Yeah. He picked up some of the panels we left on the track.
I'd say from the season so far, you could probably make a couple of minis out of the body panels that we've left around the place.
So this is the last race for qualifying 3. That means after this one, everybody gets one more race to put in their fastest time. So far, everybody has kind of had a decent run and a bad run, I would say. Nobody's been 100% perfect so far, but then again, we haven't seen Dusty in this round, so... but...
It's going to be interesting now. We've got berries in there as well on
Well,
the
it's a
last race.
much
We weren't
much
far
fuller
away
grid
from
now. We've got
the,
4 cars, and
yeah.
it's once you start adding more cars to tracks like these, it's tough. We saw what happened with just one car blocking that standard lap. So uh, when you got another extra car in there, it can get hardcore. But we got Dusty on the outside there. As I said in a previous race, sometimes I think it's a better line to go from the outside here than it is on the inside.
Yeah, Jack, great launch there, and Kenny had a good launch.
It was a great launch. He's lucky he didn't get a jump again, because he jumped the start in his first race. But
Dusty's
Dusty
already
is through. So Dusty is already made his moves, and now he's just got to put in the laps. Great job from Kenny to keep in the race here with his injury. He takes the Joker lap. I reckon Berries might take it with him. Berries does take it as well. Berries not really being held up by Kenny, so it's better to just take the wider route through there, I think.
Jack hanging on to the back of Dusty. Dusty just hits the inside wall there. Only a slight glance, didn't unsettle him too much, but Jack doing well. He's
Shark doing well to stick on the back of Dusty. But Dusty just I don't know how he's going so fast on every track. So just
scatters.
Luckily it was the back of his car. I've noticed if you hit it with the back of your car, you tend to get away with more. It doesn't damage your engine, so he probably wouldn't have suffered engine damage there, but it's just whether or not his suspension is badly damaged.
These boys aren't too far.
Just see Berries going to the tires there. You got to be careful not to do that too many times, otherwise you can get serious engine damage hitting it head on like that.
I was going to say, them boys that have jokered aren't too far away behind. I see Jack's just gone for his joker now, so this is going to be interesting to see. Yeah, Kenny's just out, but Jack's got a good run on him down that straight.
So Jacques just manages to get past. So Kenny also not doing too bad to have managed to come out like side by side with Jacques there. It means he's put in some good laps too.
Yeah.
Almost looks like Berries ran wide again. So Berries struggling a little bit here.
See how Dusty gets on with his joker.
Dusty into the joker now, and where is he going to come out in comparison? Yeah, can hear that the guys are close. Jacques is through. He gets past Kenny only just. He actually goes off track as well, but Jacques finishes first. So great run from Jacques there. Dusty just behind him, and then Kenny just behind him. So very close from the front three there.
Good race. Good race, huh?
I think they're going to get some mega times there. That'll help their qualifying. And that's what Jacques needs after his first jump start.
Yeah. Isn't it?
So we're going to go now to qualifying for race 1. And I'm in this one with Mark and Kento. I think I've been in a lot of races with those guys tonight.
I think both of us didn't really have a strong round at Hell, did we?
I definitely struggled at Hell. The car, I don't know. The setup wasn't bad. I just wasn't feeling it that night. And I didn't have the best. I didn't have the best of qualifying runs either. I got pushed a bit wide into some barriers. But that's the way that it works. Sometimes you get a bad one. Sometimes you get a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our 3 cars ready for the race, and let's do this. Good luck to
Okay.
all the drivers, and I will be back after my race.
Enjoy. So yeah, going into the last round of qualifying, we can see pretty much all the way through are the same kind of races laid out with different drivers, all the drivers in the same sort of races. So it can throw up some different results. I mean, you saw Kento have a stormer in the last round of qualifying. Let's see if he can carry that pace into this one. He starts on the front row again, with Mark just on the outside of him. Kyle on the second row again. I think Kyle started pretty much from there the past 3 rounds. I think the first round he was on pole. We'll see whether these guys can get around the first few turns. Who can handle the pressure? Engines are revving. Lights out. So Mark with a great launch off the line there. Kento tucks in behind him. Kyle, oh, they've both gone out wide into the tyres. Kyle sneaks through. He manages to clear out. The tyres scattered everywhere down that section. So caution to have for the next time that you're coming round there. So Kyle getting the lucky. I think the first 2 just took themselves too fast into that first corner. So worked out well for Kyle, keeping it nice and controlled down the bank in. Kento's gone for his joker already to get that out of the way. And then Mark is coming through. He's gone for his joker as well, but must have had a bit of a nightmare trying to get back out onto the track, I think. Pulled over to the side, he's picked up a lot of damage. We'll see Kyle gone down the hill already, so he must have cleared any tyres that were down there. Kento as well, they've both got the front bumpers still intact, so that's looking good. So, Kyle just putting it nice and controlled. Just clips inside the barrier there, but avoids that tyre down the straight. That's the last thing you want to do, is hit a tyre that's out on track, causes major damage. Kento, he's the side glance on me, he's got cracked windows now and stuff, so it's clearing the tyres down the hill. Mark he's really struggling now at the back. He's just blipping the throttle. Back to Kyle, he seems to be fully in control of this one at the moment. Kento not too far behind him really. Oh, he's looking 2.5 seconds. I could be tight on the joker. This last one now, see if Kyle just runs a little bit wide, but keeps it on track. Kento coming down, he's showing quite good pace. But yeah, he's not too far away at all. Seems to be reeling Kyle in on the time. Completed his joker already, so Kyle now is going for the joker. He goes in quite hard, just gives a arm coerce. Oh, he just clips the front of his nose. I think Kento's had major trouble as well. He got stuck in the normal standard lap, so allows Kyle to regain the lead. Obviously it's dropped them both a little bit of time. Kyle taking another win there. Kento coming around. Going to be frustrated with himself. He had the opportunity there to stretch his legs and just keep that last corner, but as I say, the pressure can get to you in a section like that where you don't want it to.
Just shows those white tyres. I on my last lap, first corner, went slightly wide and I hit those tyres. My windows are shattered, so I'm driving along, I can't see anything.
It's quite weird because sometimes in the car you can have a shattered window, but it didn't actually look like that from commentary's point of view. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but also it just is also a point with people's views that they're using as the guys that driving it more realistically with their cockpit or helmet cam views.
yeah,
They have a lot more to deal with in a race that goes wrong than what a person who says roof cam or bonnet can, because yes, you still pick up the damage, but if you're sitting in the cockpit or in helmet cam, then you get all that damage you have to look through. You can't always see where you're
yeah.
going. If your bonnet
Can take
lifts
yeah,
and it blocks your window, and that kind of stuff can really affect your
hamper.
race. And that's something that the guys that would be in other views don't deal with. So I know a lot of the fast guys choose to go bonnet or roof. Um, think you get a bit more of a view. It's a bit easier. Obviously, you can see where your nose is. Uh, but personally, I don't think there's any better feeling than doing this game in cockpit or um, helmet cam. But on to the next race we go. We got Mark Matsutsi and Alessandro. So we got the two Matsutsi brothers once again. Ali there has been doing very well, actually. Um, Quite a newcomer to the series, and he's coping very well. He's getting very good launches off the line. So let's see if he can do that once again. Radtech will be driving, so I will be guiding you through the race. So let's see if Mark can just put in another perfect one like he's been doing. It's all he needs to do to get a good time there. I might have had a decent one, but I messed it up in the race just before this, if you missed it. Alright, Matsutsi has pole, Ratek on the outside at the front, and Ali at the back. But we know Ali gets great launches off the line, so will he be able to get another one here? Great start from Ratek and Ali. Not so good for Matsutsi there, but Matsutsi so sideways. Ali goes wide, just clips a tire, but no serious damage by the looks of things. Very, very sideways from Matsutsi, and he smacks into his brother there, and that has slowed Matsutsi down. He has serious damage. The car not working for him at all tonight. Ali does a good job to get back into the race. He's picked up a little bit of damage there, but as long as it's not steering damage, he might be able to do okay here. This leaves massive space now for Ratek to just work the magic here and put in the fast, consistent laps. More consistent than fast is important at this one. So he's going to take standard lap this time around. Ali goes into that joker lap, so Ali not that far behind actually. Full send around that corner for Ratek and full send onto the dirt section. The Mini looks good on this part of the track. Into the joker he goes, so he doesn't wait for the last lap, he just gets it out of the way right now. Alessandro not quite with the pace to get out ahead of him, so it's looking like Radtech might win this one if he can just hold on for one last lap. Very wide from Ali there. So he goes standard lap. Very good job from Radtech. He's going to cross the line in first place. Ali doing a great job to get back into the race after that initial contact with Matsutsi. And Matsutsi looks like he's blown his engine again, so this is not what he would have wanted for his qualifying session.
Oh, that moment when you think you've jumped the lights at the start of the race, but...
It was a very good start. That was very impressive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Matsutsi's blown his engine again, so it's not having the night. It looked like he might have done something to his setup though, because his car was kind of all over the place on the one section of the track there. But his brother Ali did a great job to get back into that race after he was caught up in that accident.
Yeah, I could see him when I came out of my Joker. I could see him, the indicator that he was at the top of the standard lap. So
I saw that with Kento. That was one of the things that made me panic with all my damage and everything. I think that's what resulted in my mess in the Joker. I didn't realize he was that close behind me. It's quite it's a long track. I wouldn't say it's spacious, but it's very long, so you don't quite know who's behind you.
Yeah,
and how close they are.
That standard lap a check. If you're coming out the Joker, you have to make sure that no one's going to be coming down that section.
Exactly. That's the first thing I do, is I check that mini map that I've got to check that it's okay. Okay, we've got Dusty in this one. So he's had a near perfect run tonight, other than that race with Jacques, where Jacques just managed to beat him out of the Joker there. So we've got Dusty, Jacques, and Berries, and Kenny.
Just need to go.
So Dusty's in the right car this time, everyone's in the right car, and we are off. So it's been quite an interesting qualifying event so far. There's lots of damage. It's really showing the difficulty of this track. But at the same time, there's been a few moments where guys have really shown what they're made of. Just personally for me, that run or two from Kento was very impressive.
Yeah. Jack taking a win over Dusty on the last qualifying.
That was also good, and even Ali still impressing me with his launches he gets off the line. One of the fastest guys we've seen off the line in the last few weeks, and he does it consistently. It's not like a one-off.
I don't think he's had any jumps yet, has he?
No, I don't think so, but he might have had one maybe a couple of races back, but just generally very quick.
Normally makes people a lot more cautious, doesn't it, about trying to gain a temp just off the start line. But
so it's spinning tires there from the two Fords at the front, and Dusty is left on the line. What happened there? Maybe not in gear or something. Ooh, big crash there. Looks like Berries is going into the tires, so he will pick up damage. Dusty is through on Berries. So now Dusty is on the hunt. He needs to get past Kenny, and he needs to try and challenge Jacques. It's not an easy task, but if anyone can do it, it's most likely him.
I mean, with Dusty now, I think you'll either see him on full attack mode, or it's whether he can keep his head and kind of, because he knows he's lost a lot of time, but whether he's going to try and really make that up, or whether he'll be happy just to finish wherever he gets to, isn't it? It's an added pressure.
It's a tough situation for him because he did miss a few races at the start. He only joined the season a couple of races in, and he's definitely one of the faster guys. So if he wants to challenge for championship positions here, he needs to get the most points he can get every round. So it's sort of up to him to decide if that's what if he wants to challenge for that. He needs to push, but at the same time, you don't want to push and lose everything.
Jack having a good run, good clean run so far.
Very clean run there from Jacques. Kenny also not doing too bad by the looks of things after that initial mess off the start. Remember, Dusty has jokered and so has Berries, so Kenny has to joker at some point here. Is he going to release Dusty here? And he does. He releases Dusty. This is also going to release Berries, so he comes out at the back now. Ooh, Berries going off in the grass though, so Kenny might take that position back, and he does. So Kenny back into third with that mistake off of Berries. So Berry's not having, I'm not sure time-wise, because he's always in the faster races, but not having his best race event so far for qualifying. We know that usually he is a front runner.
I was going to say, I mean, like you say that visually, yeah, it might not look like that, but I think race times, he's still up there on to be, you know, the top 4 consistently, isn't he? So Dusty has done his joker and he's into the lead as well.
And he wins, so Dusty wins, Jacques comes second, so incredible drive from Dusty there. Jacques must have made a mistake in the joker perhaps.
Do you think he was that confident he thought I'll give him a head start?
But you can see there his best lap, but even Kenny and Berries in the 40s, very quick this lobby.
Very quick there, yeah.
So fantastic job from everyone tonight. Not the easiest of tracks. We still have to come back here on Wednesday for the finals, the semi-finals and the finals. And who knows, will we have a new winner? Will we have another person adding to their win tally? I know that I would like to add to that. I need a number 2 win. I won one back in season 1, which was quite far back, so would love a win. I know Ratek, you would like one as well. I think you've also you've also just got the one. I think
one, yeah. I was going to say I got cobwebs on my trophy, mate.
We've both got it from Wildcrest as well.
yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple guys. A couple guys need their first wins. I mean, if Kento, I wouldn't write anyone out at the moment. It just takes some of these faster guys to have a bad run, and it just takes someone like Kento to have a good run. And, you know, we might see our first winner with him, or if Matsutsi gets his setup under control, he's not too bad usually. Ali, with his great starts, he might just shoot out ahead of an accident, and then have the entire race to just put in decent laps. And yeah, you know, it could be anyone. There's a lot of potential for a new winner, and we know Dusty, he needs his first ever win, so he's looking strong at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely sitting strong at the around this track as well.
And I wonder if him and Kento have been chatting about their cars and setups and things, because Kento is looking pretty strong this go round. on a
Yeah, it
not
definitely was.
on a not so easy track.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job everybody, and thanks for watching the stream, guys. You can check uh, us next time on Wednesday. We'll see you then
Yeah. See
for
you
the
on Wednesday.
finals. Cheers.